Good evening, Commanders. I am Community Manager TheBenedetti, and I am with the fantastic Commander Paige Harvey. How are we all tonight? So tonight we've got a really exciting stream for you. So you can see these lovely badges or stickers.
Stickers,
stickers.
We had to test the concept first before printing proper ones.
This took us all day. So we are here to bring you the new series of Galactic Intern, which was previously done before, and we are now bringing it back because with Will's fantastic edifying Will, we realised we don't want him to have all the fun.
No.
We want to come on and learn a lot of cool stuff from really great commanders and groups out there. And luckily, we start off with a really cool group today. Yes, we do.
And we've only featured them a couple of times, but we've not really spoken to them properly on the streams before.
Exactly. And they seem really excited, and we're really excited as well. So I'm going to introduce you to Commander Danger Dan and Commander Dreb and Omega to give us a wee bit of insight and help us out with our intern day with the Hull Seals.
With the Hull Seals! Hello, gentlemen.
Can you hear
How are you doing?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you both doing?
We are doing fantastic. Oh my goodness. So incredibly excited to be here. What he said.
Ditto. Very good.
Very, very good. Yeah, and we're excited to be here too. Like I said, this is my first interning chance, so this is the first time I will be an intern, and to be with such a really interesting group because previously the Hull Seals were actually one of your segment's featured commanders.
They were, yes.
Which is on our forums if you want to head over and check that out. It's a wee bit of information from them, but also stay tuned and they're going to tell us a wee bit about themselves, and I'm going to be helping them with a distress call.
No,
That's the plan.
that was the plan, I believe. You're going to go save somebody.
I'm a hero.
So,
I believe that's the plan. Yes, indeed. Yep.
Yes. Drebin and Dan, tell us a little bit about the Hull Seals. Who are you and why are you SEALs?
Well, we started in Distance World 2 as the fleet mechanics for the entire expedition. Started by the fantastic Alex Bretnell and the FleetCom mods and Distant Worlds organizers. We originally basically just came together as a group of individuals, and we formed into such a tightly knit group so quickly that we've just taken, things by storm, honestly.
Pretty much. It corroborates with everything else I've heard. It's true.
Yeah, it's very true. Even today with this intern, guys, you have been so organised and super helpful.
Yes.
And obviously want to give a big thank you to Commander Rickson as well.
Rickson.
Rickson did a really good job of organizing this. He's one of our blubber bobs, which is one of our administrators.
Fantastic.
Yes, indeed, he
Brilliant
is.
name for it as well.
Interesting term, very much. And
Everything is just seal related, so yeah.
I do love the logo. And Stephen, what does the seal
Thank
sound
you
like?
so
What
much.
does she sound like?
Yeah.
I have to do my
Do
seal
the seal,
impression.
please.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We need to record that so we can
do,
use
yeah.
that later.
Get it in voice.
It's actually
back.
funny. Yeah, it's funny that you say that you like the Hull Seal logo so much. We actually started with the name, which was coined by Commander Freyer, which was one of the fleet mechanics at the time, and he said, "Let's call ourselves the Hull Seals," and everybody was just, "Oh my goodness, that's the best name ever!" And
like
I threw together a logo with some elements that I thought might look good together as a logo, and everybody agreed, and it just went from history from then on. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, what is it we're going to be doing tonight? So obviously we know we're doing a drill, but what
Yes, indeed.
What does that
What is a drill?
mean?
What are we
What
drilling?
is a drill?
Okay. Well, our purpose as a group is to effectively provide hull repairs throughout the galaxy. We take client calls, and we have our dispatchers dispatch jobs out to the individual repair seals, and then the repair seals will go and support the clients as per needed. Basically, you guys will be running through one of those kind of drills today, and yeah, we'll be experiencing some of the little issues that we experience as Hull Seals from day to day, and try to explain some of the stuff that we just do as an organization, honestly.
Fantastic. Well, this is really interesting for us as well, because knowing about you guys, where you came from, especially from the segment that Paige done, the one thing that I'm really concerned about today is this is the first time I'm using an Xbox controller.
Oh God.
the whole task is not really set up for me today too well.
Oh, the HOTAS didn't work. I'm so sorry.
No, we ended up having a lot of trouble with it.
So if I do
Also,
badly,
Honestly,
I
if
will
we
blame.
had
if you do badly, I'll take the controller and do it for you because I use the controller usually.
If we had
So-
HOTAS repair limpets, we would send one straight away to you.
100%.
Thank you. I knew you would. I know you'd look after me.
So I'm seeing a couple of people saying that there are some audio issues. I'm currently working on those, which is why I keep making very confused faces in this direction. We have a very strange
Oh, I hope nothing's
soundboard.
wrong with my mic.
No, I don't think it's you guys. Trying to figure out exactly what's going on. If you can give me a minute, I will tweak with it. Do let me know if it blows out your ears or if nothing is happening at all. But we're going to
problem.
switch into the game screen,
Let's switch into the game soon to where we are just now.
and I'll keep doing things over here. So, gentlemen, why don't you tell us how we get started?
Alrighty, our client, our impromptu client, Dan, will be typing up a repair quest, in the repair channel that we've provided, and we'll basically explain through it as we go along.
And here we go.
Alrighty.
Fantastic. And yeah, so you were saying you've got a request, a channel for that. Whereabouts is that
Yes,
channel?
indeed. Now, we usually do most of our repairs out of Discord, out of the FleetCom Discord.
Okay.
Basically where we started from, and all of our resources reside at that one in. We're trying to move to IRC just to be a little bit more professional, and with a few of the Discord issues that we've experienced, IRC really is the right move for all of us. And in a similar move to what the Rats have done, our sister organization, in moving to a more reliable, decentralized kind of dispatching method that will just be open to everyone without having to really download the Discord app, or if they don't have a Discord account, they don't really have to make an account. They can just log into the IRC as a guest, and then a dispatched seal will be dispatched to them.
Fantastic. And so we are unable to actually share the screen just from the technical setup, so it'll be best if you guys can explain some of the stuff that's on the screen. It'll probably be the best way for us to show it.
As the client.
I'll let Dan explain as the client. Yeah.
So what I'm currently doing right now is there is a command prompt in IRC or in Discord, depending on what you'll run into, that is like, hey, I need a mechanic.
Okay.
And then it will go, hey, by the way, this is the information we need from you. Right now, is your canopy cracked, or is it not? And then if it's not, which is the current situation right now, it asks for a bunch of information, which is O2 stats, hull percent, fuel status, current system, platform, mode, in-game name, and how did I damage my hull? And believe me, I'll have fun with that last one.
Now, all of this information is just imperative to our dispatchers because it allows us to basically respond to any situation that might arise, and it just gives the dispatchers the eyes that they don't really have because they're not in game. Yeah.
So it's very
So
similar to almost like a real, an ambulance setup, as it were. So,
It is. Yeah.
tell us
We
where you
do
are,
have
tell
a
us what's
lot.
wrong.
We do have a lot of EMT individuals, paramedics, and medical
Wow.
providers as well in the whole seals.
That's brilliant.
Actually,
One-
that does give us an opportunity to say thanks to the two people that are helping us tonight, making sure pirates in the private group are not coming out after us. Kenny and Sylvia, thanks to both of them for helping us today.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
two of
our
the most
goddess
wonderful people
protectors.
two of the most wonderful people we could rustle up, on such short notice. But as we go back into the dispatching, Deja Dan is currently typing his response to the repair request.
So, there is an interesting comment here from Dunkalora, which I'm not sure if you can answer, but you do have a note on it here. They've said that is the IRC server you're looking to set up GDPR confirmed, so that you don't have any issues with IP addresses. Is that something that you're looking at?
It is. I am aware that our cyber seals, our pulse seals that really deal with that sort of thing, are looking into that. Let me just check. Let me just check my notes here.
It's all good. Yep, because I see you got a note here.
Yeah, we seem to be. Yeah, we seem to be.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Excellent.
definitely on one of our lists
So,
lists
yeah.
of develop
There you
things
go,
that we're
Duncan.
developing. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for the question, Dunkel.
Very nice. It's always nice to hear that obviously people are taking care of the rest of the community that they're playing with. So
Yeah.
looking
I
after
would
them
just
properly.
like to make a particular shout out to all our cyber seals that are developing our IRC resources. They are just an amazing bunch of developers, including the developers that are with us as well. But yeah, they are doing a magnificent job with all of our website and our IRC resources. So yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to all of the cyber seals. Hello, guys. Hope everybody's watching.
Oh, it's always wonderful to see the tools that commanders come up with. It just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's the passion from the game that all comes together, and that's one of the best things about Elite is the fact that people all come together and they do these crazy, really interesting, fun things, but they can also make so much awesome, interesting, strange things. I'm referring to your cat picture when I say strange things.
I had fun. Anyway, right,
Alrighty.
let's get back on
Back
track.
to the
So,
drill. Yes, indeed.
what you've
Now,
provided
Danger
for
Dan
us-
has
oh,
completed
sorry.
our little spiel of information here. As you can see, he has 100% oxygen, 38% hull. He's kind of full on fuel. He's posted his location, his game platform, his game mode, which is just stated just below that, his commander name, and also a little comment underneath, which we laughed at. Now, I will be responding to him as a whole seal dispatcher, if you bear with me 1 moment.
Okay, so it's essentially like a support ticket. So you get that,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
get all the information, and then you're able to actually start working on it, and that's what we're going to get into.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do is try and jump in and try and help out and see what we can do there. And it's really interesting because, again, I have no idea what I'm doing in this. As some of you have seen, I am more focused on bounty hunting and the state of it. So I've got this lovely Crate Mark II to help me out. And as you can see, there's a little bit of Death Magic. Paige has helped me get it all set up with lovely pink
Pop
lights.
me that controller. We'll have
She's
a little.
she's gonna show off
We can
because she's
have a
very
li-
proud of this.
We have a very pretty little ship here. While we're just getting all the paperwork sorted, we'll have a look. So we've got
Alrighty.
ourselves a Crate Mark II here, which we spent a bit of time setting up and engineering earlier
That lovely paint job.
with our lovely special effects paint job from last Christmas,
Smashing.
which is really lovely.
Lovely.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And then because I wanted to troll Stephen, I gave him bright pink thrusters and weapons. So that's that. Very, very nice. Very pretty ship.
What are you laughing at?
That Paige has a propensity to mess with you.
She has she has a lot of power, and I allow it. I think it's
But
okay.
I do. I think the ship looks very. Look
It
at
looks
this.
nice.
It's so
It's a
pretty.
nice colour. It works
Look,
very well.
look at that booster. I love this ship. I really love this ship.
You're also flying us right into the.
That's absolutely fine.
This is fine for you.
I'm not. Look, I'm going. It's fine.
That looks really close by.
It's fine.
So yeah.
Alrighty. Now, I have responded to our client by greeting them and flagging the actual response call with an appropriate ping flag and pinging the mechanics in question. As you can see in the chat now, it says code Amber, active mechanic PC, emergency response requested, code Amber, client system, yada, 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 and so forth with the appropriate code flag below it.
Okay.
This.
Oh,
Oh, go on.
apologies.
Yes, please.
It's all right.
No,
We've
no,
got
no,
a
go
little
on.
bit of latency on the chat, so just accidentally clipping each other's sentences. It's just you say you have codes. What do the codes mean?
Now, we have 5 separate codes, each representing a different severity of situation. Our code green is the lightest of situations where, usually involve just top-ups and minor scrapes. And our code amber is the next one down, which are more serious hull damage cases. Really critical hull damage cases are our code red, where a canopy has been breached is our code black, and when a client has stuck in a neutron is our code blue, which is really, really dire.
Fair
Probably
enough.
more dire than the code black because honestly, you have a much better, much better chances of surviving code black with the seals than a code blue because
It's like a 1 out of 10 chance to get out of the cone.
that's right. That's right. Neutrons are just not the seals' best friends.
That's why we've just been sat staring at one for a while. Kind of mean of
Now-
you to make us start in Jax's lighthouse then.
to put forth that point that the neutrons are the seals' worst enemies. as useful as they provide the jump potential, but
Here we are.
they
I will just address one comment from the chat I've been seeing. Unfortunately, not about the hull seals. If you are looking for a price on the fleet carriers, you're not getting it tonight, I'm afraid. It's lots, and you'll find out soon.
Lots is a good quantity.
Lots.
But yeah, these streams are about, as we say, as the Galactic Intern, is for us coming on with really interesting groups and commanders and finding out how to do these certain things and what they do and learn about how they make the game such a live place. So we probably won't be answering any questions to do with any updates or anything like that on this chat. All your seal questions we are happy to answer and to answer to the professionals.
So Osric has asked if you guys have ever rescued people from planets, and what's the highest G planet you've done a rescue from?
that would have been our 10G planet, the Heavy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yes.
Damn.
This is actually a good point to talk about some of our greater rescues. Our longest code black response was 38,000 light years, which is just a phenomenal escort for a code black. We'll get into what entails a code black rescue a little bit later on, but yeah, for an escort of a commander to go, over 38,000 light years is just phenomenal. A lot of our IG, rescues came from the View and the Heavy, respectively during DW2. As well as the Conflux Delta NPC attacks, which were the birth of our self-defense force, the Walruses, which were born just to deal with any sorts of defensive issue.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
So, right, we know what our codes are. We've now got some information. We know that Dan's got to stay where he is and stay nice and still and wait for us to get there. So what's our next step?
That's it. Now, your next step is to plot a course to the system in question, and then call out the jumps to that system.
Okay, so...
Now, our seal would, at this time, all do that effectively, and then just post their jump calls. We would say, all right, seals, call your jumps, and then all the seals would post their jumps, usually with a number and just J beside it. So if you would go ahead and do that for us, please.
So we're at HIP 31821. That's where we're going.
Roger that.
Luckily, we're nice and close, which is totally not a coincidence at all.
Can we use
You've got two jumps.
Two jumps.
That's
We've got two
absolutely fine.
jumps.
Well, obviously, you've got some cargo on you, so let's avoid the stuff.
Yeah.
Let's just, let's go
All right.
and jump.
For all purposes, we'll say that all of the other seals have called jumps and you are the closest one.
Cool.
We'd say for you, you are go and you're ready to go. So you'd start jumping and we'd switch back to the client to start the client prep process.
Excellent.
I am here.
Alrighty. Now, we would start by asking the client to get into safety, getting, 5 light seconds away from any planetary body, to make sure they're in a safe low wake position with their landing gear down and just prepared for our seals to come in. This is the point where all of the friend requests and wing requests would go out using all our various codes and jargon and so forth, which thank you to the Fuel Rats for letting us borrow a lot of their code words and jargon as well. A lot of rats that have come over to the seals to help have pointed out the similarities in our SOPs and in our jargon and so on and so forth. So yeah, thank you to the Fuel Rats for all of the help, Dave.
So Steven, have you sent me, and Paige, have you sent me a friend request?
I believe we have, but if we haven't, we can sort that out.
This
Wait,
would be
which
the
one
time
did I
that-
give you? Because I might have given you my main and not my alt.
That may have been what's happened.
Because I'm in Other
Yeah.
Dan, not Danger Dan 00.
Oh, you silly. Well, we're in the right system anyway, so we can go ahead and get you friended up.
So
Okay.
Which is another thing we'd like to point out. All of these kind of
Yeah.
little mistakes here and there, because Discord, people change their names and nicknames and so on and so forth, and no one really knows commander's name until they expressly state that commander's name, which is one of the things that we have to watch out for in dispatching. Yes.
Fair enough. So there'll be lots of little bits and bobs. So we're going to go up to
Absolutely.
the top, and we'll obviously, just in case you don't know how, we're going to enter the commander's name. So what name are we looking for?
You're looking for Other Dan. I am so sorry. It's just Other Dan, one word. I am
Other
so
Dan.
sorry.
It's not a problem.
Fine, we're just going to
not a
write this
problem.
down, and we'll remember this.
You're the other Dan, not the Dan that we were going to help.
Nope.
He's long gone.
No, we're going to help other Dan, apparently.
Other Dans. We're going to add him as a
Other
friend.
You're going to add him as a friend.
There we go.
Excellent.
You've been added. I hope he accepts
And-
me. I don't deal with
Alrighty,
rejection well.
now-
And then he doesn't, and you just fly away?
If you
I know, I need help. I need help.
No, he doesn't want us. He doesn't want us. Sorry, Stephen, let's go.
I wasn't expecting this passive aggressiveness.
Well, this is why Paige
Well,
is here.
Stephen's here to be the helpful one, and I'm here to... cool, right.
So-
Yeah. On completion of the friend request, we would place FR plus in our chat, and that would be to signify that the friend request has been completed.
Excellent. So we are now friends. We can see the other Dan is in solo play.
Alright.
Oh, wait,
Now-
I'm in solo play?
You are, yes.
are.
Oh, no, I am so sorry.
See, this is another good thing that the SEALs are trained for. Basically, being the eyes for the dispatcher. I have no idea that Dan is in solo, so the fact that you have called that out is, stellar already. Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
All right,
Well,
I'm going to now join the proper private group. I am
Yeah.
so sorry. I am so flustered.
That's okay, but obviously, well, he's in a lot of trouble. Like, we have to
We
think
need to
of
what
this...
he's stressed out. He's
yeah.
he's
We're
having a
first
lot.
aid trained. We know what,
We've got to keep
this
calm.
looks like.
First
Let's
of all,
go.
keep calm. People make mistakes.
Yeah.
It's not their fault.
Make sure you lift up any bleeding... That's the wrong thing. But,
Anything bleeding.
yeah,
You know,
anything
any
bleeding,
hull.
elevate that above the heart.
Make
and
sure
then,
you're all safe is the main thing.
Yes.
And then
So-
once you're okay, we can offer you a hot drink.
A hot beverage is always good. Always a cup of tea
Oh,
with some
wait.
sugar in it.
Yes,
There.
right, so there we go. We can now see the other Dan is
Okay.
7.74 light years away. He's actually
Wait.
not where he told us.
Oh my God, I am so sorry. I told you the system. I'm going to. Oh no. Let me fix that. I you know what? Every single time, even with the new system, so confused.
Which is another good mistake that commonly happens. Commanders will post different systems, or there might be a misspell of some system names, or a 0 might be an O, so on and so forth. But yeah, misspelt systems or misnamed systems are another.
I'm afraid the desk we're sat at is shaking with us both trying to silently laugh.
Also, we have a comment from Dan that your mic is too high, Dan, so you may.
Yeah, I've actually taken my input down.
Don't worry, we've
My
already
bad.
fixed it on our end as well.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
So, what's going to happen in this case? So, obviously, we
Yeah.
know other Dan is in the wrong place. So, do we want to go to him, or is he going to come to us?
No, you're going to want to go to him rather.
All right, well,
But
let's go to him.
after we re-clarify everything, so
Yep.
if
Okay.
Dan can
So-
post his new location, and I will.
Oh yes, of course.
So, Brian M in the chat is asking, is the rescue time sensitive? Well, no, this one I don't believe is time sensitive. We know that, he's not on life support. We know that
Our-
he's able to sit there and wait.
Our red, amber, and green codes are not time sensitive, but our blue and black codes certainly are.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Oh wow.
No, you just
that's
hit
right.
enter instead of...
Now-
Yeah. Oh, I've hit the wrong thing.
it's all right.
Dan has the
Stephen is
new
now
location
doing
post.
the new mistakes.
The noob mistakes.
Right.
So I put the full thing in.
Space
It's
sector.
okay. I have made so many mistakes today. It's just you and me. We're doing it both together.
Now, at this point, I would prompt the client to send a wing request to his seal.
Ah, yes, I will do that right now.
Thank you so much.
A great name accredited.
There we
It is a
go.
great name, isn't it?
Oh, luckily we're very close,
We're
which
very
is excellent.
close.
It's good. We're not too far away. It doesn't turn out that he's actually in Colonia. So right,
So
let's flip our ship over.
I've got a wing sent.
No, you don't have one yet. We don't have one yet.
Oh,
So
okay, so
let's flip over and get going towards the system.
I'm gonna go. See, you don't sound like an intern. You sound like you know what you're talking about here.
Well, I've done a few things like this
See,
before.
this is it. This is the true intern experience.
Don't
I'm
worry.
the noob.
Yeah, this is my first aid
soon
voice.
as the seal receives that wing request, that seal would post that in the chat as well.
Excellent.
Right.
So we can now see that we've got ourselves a nice little blue box up there.
Oh.
We have a wing invite from Dan, so let's accept that.
Okay.
And we are now in a wing with other Dan, so obviously we would pop that into the chat so that the guy...
WR plus.
There you go, so we know what's happening, and there we go.
Winged up.
Alrighty. Now, on system entry, you would call out SYS plus, SYS plus, which signifies that you have entered the system. At that point, I will ask Dan to turn on his beacon. And
Oh,
when
that's
you
off.
see the
Oh, I'm
beacon-
so sorry. That was supposed to be on.
I
When
would
you
just
see
like
the
to
beacon,
point
you
out that
will-
Dan is not this klutzy. This is mostly for effect.
This is
You don't know me.
I'm trying to pick you up here, guys. Come
Oh,
on.
thank you. Thank you. Sorry.
Just like,
sorry.
none of this is scripted. We had no idea. We knew we were doing a drill, and this is genuine fun.
Kenny.
This is genuine fun right now.
So, right, obviously we know other Dan's in system.
He's in the system.
He is. Lock onto that
Right,
square there.
let me
Well,
know when
that's
you
great.
get into
Yeah, triangle.
There's one triangle. There's not a triangle.
Oh, why then? I'm forgetting what pad we got. Okay, well we dropped out instead. That's fine.
That was definitely Paige's fault because that's not triangle.
Well, I'm sorry,
We don't use triangle for that
Well,
one.
you've been using a PS4 thing
I've
all
been
day.
using a PS4 controller, so this is slightly confusing. Wait, somebody says triangle, and there's no triangle on my thing.
Somebody's asking if we have any comments on the Orthrus. Do you know what Orthrus is? I'm afraid we don't know what.
No comment.
No comment. I'm afraid.
comment on
Redacted.
So where are we going then? Right.
Other Dan needs to change his name to Commander. I'm so sorry.
Where is the other Dan? So we need to, is it this white box here that we're
Well,
going to?
obviously, has Other Dan turned on his wing beacon?
Is the wind beacon on, Dan?
It should be,
Okay.
actually.
Would you be
Yes,
able to
it is
select
on. I did not screw it
one
up.
or the other?
It is on. Excellent. Right. Well, let's have a look.
Now,
So-
upon the viewing of his wing beacon, you would post that in the chat as well, and I would say, continue on. That's outstanding.
All
So
right,
continue on.
Let's assume that somebody doing a drill has no idea. How do they actually check and like find that wing beacon? Like, where do they go?
In your contacts panel, you
Okay.
should be able to see it as
there
a
you go.
blue contact.
Okay, so then we want
Perfect.
to lock on.
Lock on and just head
Perfect.
into it and low wake when you get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna want to throttle up a little bit because you want to be in the blue, obviously.
Always be in the blue.
Always be in the blue. Blue is best.
We can't do a loop of shame as a host.
Well, I mean,
Where am I going? I don't
we
know.
are going to Other Dan. You can see it says wing
Yep, there
signal
we
there,
go.
so that's where we're heading.
It's a really small screen.
And we can see that we have our lovely Kenny and Sylvia here to protect us. They are going to keep us safe from any errant naughty seals that come in looking for fish, and from any walruses that come in
Yep,
just looking to cause trouble.
causing trouble. Oh, look at that. They're all up there. That's fantastic.
There we go. So
There we are.
this is a very nice, simple drill. It's very lovely.
It is. I'm just getting confused with all the different names coming up. I always do that when I go
That's
to
fine.
planets as well. I always get, is it the top one? Is it the bottom one? Which one is it? But we're getting there. We are
So
getting
yeah, we're nearly at Other Dan. We're nearly ready to jump out to him.
there. Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
It's all right. And then you're going to crash straight into his face and explode him. Okay.
Well, this is the problem. This is what I'm really scared about. I get super nervous around these things.
That's
so
fine.
I
See-
am just checking.
We can see that the other two have already dropped out, which is
Brilliant.
nice and handy, and we are coming up close.
By the way, if you really were to slam into me, you would become an official SEAL, like full stop. Just done.
Oh.
You become a SEAL.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
fast,
going
fast.
for it now. You can't keep these promises. I'm going for
Right,
it.
make sure that obviously we keep them in the center of our screen. We want to make sure that we are going into the right place and not just going to drop out a mile away by accident.
Exactly. Which could possibly
And
happen.
then you're going to want to hit J on the keyboard
Is it G?
pretty quickly. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. No?
Yeah. There we go.
Here we are.
Ooh, someone's come into my instance.
Oh gosh, well we have 2 people with guns and we have one without guns, so I'm going to presume
It's the one without guns.
or it's the one with guns because they're scared.
Are their guns out?
No, the guns are not out. Right.
I'm asking
Don't
There's
tempt them,
Sylvia. Oh,
please. for
God,
the
hi,
love of
Sylvia.
God, don't
I'm
tempt them.
flying.
Sylvia, if you could not slam into our faces, that would
That
be
was me. That was
really
actually
handy.
me.
Right, lock on to other Dan without crashing into
I've had
him.
to slow down. This is the first time I have piloted the ship. There we go.
Okay, there
Look how
we-
close I was
Hello,
there.
other Dan. Right, we have another Dan in our sights and we are locked on.
Are you the other Dan or the other Dan?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Oh God, he's lawless. Kill him.
Yeah, no, I'm
That
the other
is-
Dan.
It's fantastic.
All right,
It's
so
like you
what's
just
our
now
next
added my
move?
name twice.
Now that you are in the same low wake area that your client is in, prepare your repair limpet and fire away.
Other Dan, would you be able to throttle down so you stop drifting away?
Yes, come back.
Yes, of course.
Stop drifting
Thank
away
you
from
very
us.
much. Because we did spend a lot of money and we did get the 5A controllers, but we would be handy if you stayed close.
We are
Oh no,
also-
you're reversing.
Am I reversing?
You're
reversing.
reversing
See,
now.
Oh,
Dan.
no, wait, who's reversing?
I'm reversing.
Oh, okay.
Actually, House with Wolves, that's a very good idea. Dan, would you be able to put down your landing gear to avoid any boosting accidents?
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, they are down.
Excellent.
Ah.
Well, then we should probably put ours down as well so we don't boost into him.
I'm terrified of the button controls here for this. Thank
That's why
you.
we have a keyboard.
Please don't hit me.
Because if I hit B,
I'm
you're boosting
wounded.
him.
It's alright, it's alright.
So now I've got my repair limpets and my prospector limpets. Did I just fire my repair ones? Is that what I
Yes,
did?
please.
Oh, I just fired them.
We fired a thing at him, and then we're gonna.
Oh, is it
What-
go- oh!
There we go.
Ooh.
We've sent a little
Oops,
sparkly,
something's coming towards me.
Oh, it's so shiny.
and it goes boop, and
Ah.
it plugs itself in, and we're gonna.
And
wipe
you
that.
should see a little repair icon on your HUD as well.
Yep, and obviously you can see the little wheel filling up there.
That's so cool.
I'm healing.
And then how do I release this thing again?
So you click in right stick,
Right stick. No.
click
oh.
it in,
So, oh, that one. Oh, see, totally different controls.
and
Let's see if I
then
can see it.
and then you can hit Y.
Is it? Can we see it on the outside of the ship?
Well, we were able to, but,
But I think it's gone now. I think I was too. I was too slow.
It was a little diddy.
Oh no, it's
No,
not.
it's plugged itself in properly.
Oh, it's got right in there, hasn't it?
Yep.
You're properly outfitted. You got a really strong limpet here.
Oh.
I'm almost completely healed.
Well, we've got 5As on everything.
Oh, that helps.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
we did.
We let a
super
little
the
bit of
ship on
Dave
the low.
magic. A little bit of Dave magic because we also we knew that I wasn't going to pilot as well, so we wanted to give me the best chance to kind of sort it out.
There we go. So the task for this limpet is complete.
Fantastic, like you're all healed.
100%. Thank you so
100%.
much.
They are healed.
Now, at
so
this
now.
point, I would post a repair report form for you to fill out, which basically, basically records everything that went on, the dispatcher, the SEALs involved, all of the little bits and bobs and details that we need to keep as record keeping often warrants. Now we only keep that for our own personal records, and I would like to stress how private we keep all of these.
Yeah, we take that very, very seriously.
Very seriously. Oh my goodness.
Fair
yes.
enough. And I take it it's only things like command names that you would have, access to normally and that sort of thing.
Absolutely, but
Very
we
good.
really respect commanders' senses of privacy.
Very fair. Very fair. So obviously, other Dan is now healed. So can other Dan go, or does he have to stay, or does he just need to
No,
rotate
we-
constantly, or?
Let's go that
We
other
would
way.
Oh
we,
yes.
we would ask the client if they needed any more help, and if they did need any more help, we would offer it to them. But at this point, they are free to go and go on their merry way. At this point,
Excellent. Well then, other Dan, you are free to leave.
Well, I think I'm going to stay. But thank you so much.
Right. Well, we are gonna leave then. We're
Ah!
go.
Oh, no.
No, we're not.
I know. Crash into him and then repair him again.
Ah, no, not again.
Come back, come
go on,
back,
go on,
come
get him.
back.
Because we did bring some pulse lasers.
Did we?
Oh, we did.
No, we did, didn't we?
Oh, we did.
I don't think we should attack them though. It would probably put a bad name.
Well,
we're here to help.
He is lawless.
He is, but and I'm trying because deep down I'm a bounty hunter, but today I'm a healer. I'm a lover, not a fighter today.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright.
He's a
fair
wholesome.
enough.
Just so everyone knows that's watching, Paige now scares me a little.
What she didn't scare you before was the problem, I believe.
Yes. So, what are we doing next?
So what after we've saved somebody, we say thank you, and that's us?
We've just gotten a question. Yeah, from Are We There Yet on YouTube? Do we repair broken canopies? No, we do not. We exclusively escort commanders with broken canopies to stations that can repair them, but unfortunately we can. But we have SOP protocols to deal with broken.
That kind of does roll us into our next segment, doesn't it, though?
Which is Dan and our mining.
So what we're going to do next is we're actually going to go to Planet 7 in this system. It is metallic, not metallic. Black SOP, which is one of our more famous sides of our process. So we're all going to target 7, and we're going to go to it.
So, do you want to find Planet 7?
Mm-hmm. Let's go find Planet 7.
Dooby-dooby-doo-doo-doo. Oh, now you don't have the system explored.
I have not explored anything.
That's fine. Go to your system map instead.
Let's go and check that out.
And guys, I know that you're a lovely team who are helping out in the chats, but if people wanted to find out more about the Hull Seals, or if they actually wanted to be a Hull Seal, how do they get in touch?
We have Hull Seal Discord, which is the main way that commanders can get in touch with us, but we are also on Twitter, we have Reddit, and I believe we have a YouTube as well.
Very nice. Excellent.
Yes. Fantastic.
You can just usually place, Hull Seal in the browser, search of your choice, and usually Hull Seals just comes up with all of our information.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any other Hull Seal groups around, but yeah.
We also have Aramis in the chat and Twitch. He has put up the link to it as well, so if you want to check it out over there, it's just hullseals.space.
Which is very nice. I do like that one. Space.
So where are we going now, Paige?
So we're wanting Planet 7, and obviously we don't want the gas giants because that's not going to help us out at all.
So it's going to help. It's going to help that I actually am going to have my beacon up. Right. And we can talk about one of the processes we do in Code Black, which is called Cascade winging. Mm-hmm. We want to be able to have about 10 people, 10 most people that are helping to mine to create what we will get into later, which is mat clouds. And so what happens is that when the first person drops into the ring where we want them, they'll de-wing, they'll wait for the second person to come in from their wing, and then the second person will de-wing and then invite other people in, so it cascades people
can chain
in.
Them. That makes sense.
Now I should preface all of this with the reason why we basically need emergency mining. Nickel and iron for life support resynths.
Mm-hmm.
When you crack your canopy, you basically have no way of resupplying your life support bar nickel and iron. And the emergency mining that Dan and the mining seals do really provides all of that for a commander in need. Anyway, go on, Dan.
So this is all because of the Intergalactic Mining Union. I was first part of the Intergalactic Mining Union before Hull Seals. I'm actually their ambassador between the two groups. And it basically started because there was a Code Black that got called, and I think it was their first Code Black.
Was, yes.
I got out of the shower, looked at my phone, and go, wait, I can do that, and I know how to do it. And and I run to my computer. I contacted the SEALs. I'm like, hey guys, I think I know how to do this, which is basically this concept that that we create these matte clouds. And luckily for us, iron and nickel are some of the more common materials that you can pick up from space mining, from laser mining. And so the idea is that, one, you have a lead miner. That's me in this instance. And what we're going to do is I'm going to prospect, and this is very, very important. I'm going to prospect with an A-rated prospector the one of the asteroids in front of us. Now, it's to be said that prospectors actually give a multiplier. I'd like to give a shout out to Lionheart, and Jake P and other of the mad scientists at the IMU that figured this out, that when you have an A-rated prospector, it gives you a 3.5 multiplier to anything coming out of the rock.
Ah.
And then,
oh, sorry,
I'm
let
sorry.
me just jump in quickly, gentlemen. So obviously we are very much near Planet 7. What do we need to do now to obviously get down into the rings to you?
So you would the same thing that you did to get to me in my instance when I was damaged. You do the same thing to come to me in the asteroid belt.
Cool. So let's go to our contacts. We'll lock onto Dan, and then we can drop out at him. So wing signal, no bottom one. Wing
Nope,
signal.
my apologies. There we go.
That's all right. So then, yeah, obviously we can just go and then get down into the rings.
And I'll go deeper into this, but I really cannot underline how much the IMU taught me how to mine and other things like that. Because they came up with these processes. This is actually what they call wing mining in general. This is how Jake P made a bunch of money. He was like one of the first people to make a massive amount of money in the new update. Because the IMU and really figured a lot of this stuff out. And in that night, when I'm jumping out of the shower, I took all of this information that they created and put it into this process.
Fantastic. Right, well, we've found you, Other Dan. We've arrived. Lots of very chunky looking rocks here.
So I'm right now firing a prospector at a rock. Now I'm hoping it's a high material rock, but it might not be. And for points of time, we won't go looking for one. Hey, it is high! Wow, I'm lucky.
Hey.
Very nice. We found ourselves a good rock here.
So I will give out the call that as the lead miner has chosen the rock, lead miner is going to start firing on the rock. Now, the nice thing about Elite and the way it is built, because let's admit it, we do, kind of play the meta a little bit, that when I fire at this rock, it's going to kick out a lot of rocks, and I got to put pips into weapons because, that's a thing. And I got to let it rebuild. Yeah. But what happens is that everyone gets their own distribution of rocks. So it's not contingent on on a percentage that everyone pulls from. You have your own percentage that you pull from. I hope I'm explaining that properly.
Yep, no, that makes sense. Do you want to swap over to our mining laser?
Yes, let's do that.
So if we can do we have pirates that are attacking behind us?
Do you see some flashy lights going on back there?
That's fair. If I could get the people that are not helping, that are not doing their job to help mine, that's not you beautiful FDev people.
Right, you just need to switch mode as well.
Yes.
Did it a moment ago, so you should be able to figure this out.
I'm on there now.
Nope, that's analysis mode.
Yep.
Now, I'd just like to point out that a commander without a canopy won't have his HUD, or their HUD. So they will have to rely basically on the little targeting reticle that is provided when you open up your cargo hatch.
Okay. There we go. And Aramis has a good point. Do we need to throw a prospecting limpet at the rock as well, or is yours fine?
No, it's just the first person to throw the prospector at it. The prospector, as long as you're in the instance, when the prospector hits the rock, works for everybody.
So I can just start hitting it?
Yep.
Yes, you can.
Start slapping it. Oh, you're reversing.
I went backwards. This create's quite sensitive.
It's a twitchy ship. I do like. There we go.
So,
and then just start scratching that rock.
Let's do it.
So notice that no one's picking up anything, because that would be for the client who's trying to pick up the nickel and iron out of the matte cloud.
Excellent.
So if whenever you guys are ready, if you want to look over at the contacts list, you can see a bunch of stuff, but if you get towards the bottom, you'll see, I can already see nickel.
Yep.
And nickel and iron. So there'd be 2 pickups, which, as we all know, is 3 units of iron and nickel.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And that's enough. That's already enough for 1 re-instance of oxygen, synthesizing oxygen. There it is.
So yeah, you can come and grab these things and help keep you alive. And obviously we can see what the prospector has picked up on the rock there, so we can see, you know, how many minerals are remaining, what we expect to be inside the rock, so that, you know, we're not wasting our time, which is handy.
And I'd also like to point out that at this time we'd ask the commander to basically black out all of the other non-essential materials for pickup, because if they are collecting with collector limpets, the collector limpets will go for other materials as you know they are in proximity.
Yeah, obviously
right.
they'll just go out for whatever they go for, unless you target
That's
them, in
it.
which case they'll expire pretty
Exactly.
quickly.
Yeah.
And we also have processes. So if you have a new commander that's done this, that's not good at cargo scooping, we have a role called Pied Piper that would literally sit in front of the nickel and iron that they found and literally point to it with their lights, be like, "This is what you're looking for."
Very nice.
And
So,
I will say, as a miner who's an explorer, I really do believe that if you go out deep space exploration, taking one mining laser with you is like, I mean, you can do this without a cracked hull. So just being able to pick up iron and nickel whenever you need it is really helpful. You can get a lot of things out of these belts.
cool. So, Stephen, why don't we find some iron and nickel out of what's been dropped, and we'll grab some, and then we'll obviously show how to synthesize.
Let's give that a go.
And lead for all miners, lead miner has a new rock and has prospected and is shooting.
There we go. So we know that he's gone over, so we can go and pick up whatever's been dropped on the floor. And obviously you can see here that we can add things to a list, remove them from a list, and that way we can, you know, keep an eye on what items we actually want to pick up and what we don't. Because otherwise you have this where stuff is just everywhere and keeping adding. So let's go for that iron. So let's click on that iron.
Wait, Seal, did I just hear that someone's having a hard time picking up and finding nickel because I'm putting out too much?
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
All miners, stop mining.
There we go. So there's way too much stuff in this list. There's like 100 things, so we have to keep scrolling, and it's just, you know, we're running out of time. So these guys are going to stop, which means that we can get to the items we need, and then they can continue again if we need more.
Yep, and we're just looking.
Yes,
at
indeed.
the cards.
There we go. So yep, speed up a little bit more, but be careful.
This is the bit that I was really scared of in this stream.
And obviously, if you are, you know, starting out and you're not quite sure, you know, that giant rock right there, you can go and get yourself with the night vision so that you can see properly. You have unlocked from your iron, so you're going to want to go back to your list and grab it again.
Where did it go?
You just unlocked from it, you just pressed the wrong button.
I was clicking the right button.
Well, you either unlocked for it or it maybe disappeared, it might have run out of time.
Yep, it's run out of time, it's disappeared.
So, look at all these things you're ignoring.
yeah.
Right.
So what do we need? We're looking for iron or
And nickel.
Iron and nickel.
iron and nickel.
We do not
Which is to
currently
be
have
said in
any
Dread-
iron or nickel in our list.
There's no iron or nickel.
All right, all miners, begin mining again.
Yeah, so obviously the rock's gone. It's gone. So why don't we add
At
some
this
things
point,
to our ignore
we-
list while we're here?
Yep.
If any things like this happen, we would also ask the client to log out while the miners, you know, prep some more, you know, rocks. And
Like we said earlier, we do kind of play the meta.
yeah, we do.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that we've done, like, our second big Code Black we took someone from nothing to a few hours worth of
Of life supply.
oxygen,
Yeah.
and they were
Yeah.
using a D rated life support, and that's like 7 minutes at a time. Draven, do you want to talk about how we actually run a Code Black oxygen-wise?
Yeah, absolutely. We have our seals basically keep tabs of time, calculating for, you know, synth time as well, to give the client appropriate time to actually synth, making sure that they have appropriate life support at all times.
Right, we have got visual on some iron and some nickel.
So we're gonna go, I think.
Yeah, and are you locked onto the iron?
I thought it was.
You are, yes.
Yes.
So obviously you can see in your reticule on the bottom there that it's not currently centered, so you're going to want to center it and you're going to want to slow down.
I think it's the other side of the rock, isn't it?
That would probably be it, yes.
Yes. So
It's
what we'll
alright.
do is we'll just
It's
get
not
over
dis-
this rock.
Yep, get around the rock, be careful not to boop it and destroy it. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, it's right there. I thought it was right behind the rock.
Well, this is probably where night vision would come into handy.
Yeah, did we get night vision?
Oh, yeah, night vision comes standard on all ships.
Ah, so maybe we should stop moving and put some night vision on, shall we?
To all miners, we have lead miner has a new rock that's been prospected.
Okay.
Excellent.
Roger
Right.
that, Seals. Yeah.
So you are 50 meters from your iron. There's your little chunk.
Okay.
Slowly does it.
Oh, yep. Oh, I
Oh,
missed
nope,
it.
nope, you slapped it.
It's so difficult to do,
Well,
especially.
it's one of those that if you're,
Well,
obviously it's a ship you've not flown much before.
Yeah, and I'm also right on top of the asteroid, I think, and I'm going the wrong way. Okay.
And then add the sense of panic as well from losing a canopy.
Yeah.
And it becomes very difficult. Yeah.
I get a lot of panic when I live stream, and I can't imagine if somebody was actually like, "Oh my goodness, my ship's going to blow up! Please help me!" That all I need is your help right now.
That's an integral part of the whole SEALs operation to keep the commander as calm as possible, because any mistakes can happen when you're
Hey.
I got
so shaken up by
Now you
something
just
like
need
this.
nickel.
Okay, so I've got that. Now I just need nickel. So if we can pull it off.
Let's see
getting
what we
there.
got.
Let's see what we got.
Do we have any nickel in? Oh, that's a lot of stuff in our list, guys.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot of stuff here.
All right, all miners, stop mining.
We have nickel, so we're going to go
Yeah.
for some nickel.
We are, yes, let's go.
And it was here.
So, yep, we're going to flip over. And obviously, so when you are picking up items like this, if you don't have any limpets to pick them up, you've got your reticule in the bottom left here with your nice squares. You want it, obviously, blue is the symbol of all things good and elite dangerous, so you want it to be in the blue. You want to be going not very fast at all, especially when it gets very close to you, because you could just make it go boom, which is
Yeah.
not handy. And then what you want to do is, as it's coming towards you, you want to tilt the nose of the ship up a little bit, essentially, so it comes under the ship and into your cargo hold.
Exactly. I
So
think that's a very
you'll-
good way. Yeah.
And also just add everything else to the ignore list apart from
Yeah.
iron
But
and nickel.
definitely get this one first because you're at 5%.
Yep. Come on.
Nope, nope, don't hit the rock. You're hitting the rock. Obviously, the rocks do move. They are in space.
I'm not hitting
Oh, no. The rock. It's going to destroy you.
Ah, there it went. Oh,
Right.
That's the
no.
pressure of putting on the rock.
Lock on some more nickel. Do you want me to get it for you, or you got it?
I got this.
You
I
got
can
it.
do this. We all have faith.
All right, go on.
This is what I'm famous for in my streams. Unbelievable and then believable.
Yeah.
I've
oh,
targeted
always-
some nickel for you.
Oh, you
Perfect.
have.
Oh.
Perfect.
Thank you, Pied Piper.
You're welcome, O.
So where did I do that? Then?
So you want to turn around?
Yep. Turn.
Take your time. You're at 57%.
So actually, what you need to do is lock onto it in the list.
Yep.
There it is. So, yep, pick that one.
Okay.
Right, and now you're going backwards.
Cool. Sounds good. I just needed to get a fuller view.
That's absolutely fine. We don't have any collector limpets because a lot of people may not, actually just have them on them if
100%.
they hit an emergency. So
Exactly. Yeah.
So
So we're gonna have to do
slow
this the
down.
hard way.
take your pips out of engines, by the way. That's not going to help you at all.
Yep.
No,
I
it's-
have no idea to do pips in this one. Yep.
There you go. All right. And now go get that nickel.
Okay. You want-
Yeah. Always use the nose of your ship to line up where you're going. Is always really handy. And just remember that, cargo tends to be on the bottom of the ship, not on the top, so you need to use the nose to identify where it's going.
And we're getting there, aren't we? And
We
we're
have
getting
a
there.
we have a Mr. Zach Antonacci in the chat. Hello, Zach. Zach would like to know who we have on the chat with us. So, gentlemen, if you'd like to introduce yourselves again to Mr. Zach.
Draven.
Hi, Zach. I'm Drebin Omega. I am one of the 5 Hull Seal administrators.
And-
This is our Danger Dan, our lead emergency miner. Do you want to introduce say something about yourself, Dan?
Yeah, sure. I'm Danger Dan. I'm an IMU and Hull Seal, and my main job is for Code Black mining. Hey, while we were talking, someone picked up the nickel.
There we go. Right.
I have to say my catchphrase.
Congratulations.
Easy
So,
money, cash money.
make sure you do not hit Drebin.
I will not. I have stopped myself.
You have not. You're at
I have
6.
thought
There you
I'd
go.
stop myself.
Right. So, guys, we
Now
now
we
have
also
our nickel
have
and our
Sylvia
iron.
and Kenny in here as well.
So, what do we do with our nickel and our iron? We have it now. What's it do?
You synthesize it.
Okay. How
Now-
do we do that?
So if you
Under
go,
your inventory tab,
So over to the right then.
you scroll
No,
down
no,
to
no.
your
was-
synthesis.
Okay.
And then in your synthesis menu, you find life support. And open up that. And just resupply your life support as you will.
Okay.
Oh, there's life support. Excellent. And resupply.
There we go. This is a first for me. I've never had to
There you
resupply my
go.
life support. I normally do it blow up.
It's surprisingly a first for a lot of commanders, which is why we can't stress enough the importance of never flying without a life supply. Everyone knows you can't fly without a rebuy, but flying without a life supply is really dangerous.
Yes.
And the thing is that you can actually get a bunch of iron and nickel by mining for profit. On my main account, which is Danger Dan, I have almost always full 300 iron and nickel just from mining.
Right. So we're going to have to finish up soon, but I'm going to quiz Stephen here.
No quizzes are
Quizzes.
necessary. So
Quizzes are very necessary. So
we're not going to do any quizzes
Stephen.
at all. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about how amazing this experience has been and how great it's been an intern and how interns should not do any exams after what they've just
brilliant. So Stephen.
Yes.
Let's say that Drebin here has gotten himself in trouble.
Yes.
What are you going to do? How are you going to start?
If he was in trouble, I would tell him that he should contact the Hull Seals.
Very good, you've passed.
There
well
we
done.
go. See? So that's what we're going to do. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for coming onto this stream with us, guys. It was really interesting for me, as it's my first Galactic Intern, and also it's just such an amazing thing to see how you guys actually work and do what you do in a sense, and it's really nice to see that the community can come together to do something like this and create such a really interesting, fun group like yourselves.
Thank you so much for having us on, honestly. If I might be able to do a little bit of a shout out to some of the SEALs, Alex Brentnell, all of the FleetCom organizers, all of the Hull SEALs, all of the rats, the fuel rats, all of the DW2 organizers, and of course, lovely FDev for giving us the platform for us.
No, brilliant.
You are very welcome.
We honestly couldn't be the group we are without all of you, so thank you so much for everyone and all of your input to create the group that we are. Thank you,
And
guys.
if I may too, I actually want to shout out the Hull Seals themselves. They're a really, really awesome supporter community. This group of people are really supportive of each other. The people come and are able to feel supported with this group. So it's not only a group that helps people in the game, it also helps people in real life.
And the Kingfishers. Don't forget the Kingfishers.
100%. And one final shout out to the IMU because they taught me everything I know.
And what is the IMU?
They are the Intergalactic Mining Union run by people like Polish Dan.
Excellent. There we go. We've got many ARFs in the chat.
Yeah.
ARF. And I tell you what, I'm going to take an extra minute
ARF
just
right back to
before
you
we...
guys. ARF right back to you.
ARF right back. Before we go, if you would like to win yourself a Crate Mark II Frontier Development paint job, which looks absolutely gorgeous for your beautiful Hull Seals ship, put in hashtag ARF in the chat, and we will pick a winner in just a moment.
Yeah, and while we're
That's
just
awesome.
going, yeah, so put it in. We're going to pick a winner. It's a really good twist there.
No.
I enjoyed that, and hopefully you guys really enjoyed watching this today. It was really fun experience for myself. I hope it was fun for you guys. Like I said, if you want to check any of the wholesale stuff out, they've got their own website. Paige has done a fantastic featured commander over in our forums. You can head over and speak to the guys as much as you can. That'd be brilliant, and check them out because they're really awesome.
Right, well, thank you very much, gentlemen. We were going to pop you on mute for a moment so that we can say goodbye to the rest of the guys and choose a winner. But thank you so
And again,
much for
thank
coming
you
and
so
hanging
much,
out.
guys.
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you so much for having us. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you,
Speak to you
guys.
soon, Commanders.
07.
Bye now.
There we go. And what lovely people.
They were actually.
And you did very well.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you've not played Elite for as long as, say, myself or Will has.
Yeah.
So, obviously, when there are things that you need to learn, you go out and do them, which is how a lot of the community feels, because, there's a lot to the game. It is a mile wide.
I think what's really interesting is for myself is that while we're talking, they're blowing each other up, which is really fun. For myself is that, like I said, I've now used 3 different controllers. It's 3 different systems, but it's also I'm more focused on combat and fighting, but it makes me really appreciate the other ways, like mining, collecting the stuff, the limpet tools, the setup, the system. It's really fun, and it's also really terrifying because when you do it live, I think one of the comments earlier was why is a bit of a noob. I am a community manager. I've developed games, I've worked in games, but see, even doing this live and learning these new things, that's what makes this job so exciting. That's what makes this game so exciting. That's what makes the community more exciting. Is that no matter how good I get, I will always be proven wrong.
Your face looking at engineering today was just, oh no.
It was just sheer panic. It was sheer panic.
And we have a winner.
Ooh.
So, on YouTube, Forgotten News Network, you have won yourself a Frontier Developments Crate Mark II paint job, and it looks absolutely gorgeous if I do say so myself.
I'm not even allowed one of those paint jobs.
No, you're not allowed. Yeah, who are you? So if you could email community@frontier.co.uk, and if one of our lovely YouTube mods could pop that email address in as well, send it to us with the name I won the paint job #off. We will get yourself sorted out.
Yeah.
But there we go. What a wonderful time.
It's been brilliant. And we'll be back on Monday with the Let's Play if you want to check us out. And obviously, if you want to see any of our future live streams, we do normally post on our forums, which is the Frontier Development Forums. There's an announcement that says live stream announcements, and we normally post beforehand what we're doing, as well as great social media that goes out and says, hey guys, we're on now. Do you want to check us out?
So we will catch you all soon.
Okay, guys, thanks again for
07
joining in.
Commanders, and fly safe.
07.
Bye.